Hey, what's going on, guys? Chill. Just got done with my appointment, my mental health appointment today. That was on an emergency basis, boy. I'm telling you. Anyway, yo, for the first time in my life, uh, someone invited me over to their house to kick their ass. For the first time since I have been with my wife in 6 years, someone invited both of us to their house to kick their ass. Uh, they said, pull up. They talking about pull up. I was thinking about Grubhub. No. They said that we could pull up and they would give us their address. Alright. Me and my wife, we are definitely in our 40s with kids and a lot to lose. We're smarter than that. I truthfully was laughing at it when I understood what the term was. And of course, me and my wife both said, no one's not pulling up anywhere. If you want to have this conversation as adults, we can have this on the phone. But right now, with that aggressive attitude, anything that you want, we already know that you really don't. It's not sincere. That's a lot of anger and aggression for a situation that was started by your husband. Hold him accountable. Because everyone knows that Micah has PTSD. Thank God that Micah understands that he has PTSD and understand that just because he has PTSD, that is not a control. Not a control. That is not whoa, hold on. An excuse. Because at the end of the day, even with me having PTSD and all of that being diagnosed and all of the service that I did for the military of the United States of America, if I did anything crazy like that, I would be locked up. As I'm sitting out here about to pick my kid up from school, it was my family member on behalf of her husband in an attempt to rile me up, in an attempt to make me make a decision that in essence would adversely affect not only myself but every member in that house. Every member in that house, my wife and my kids, whom depend on me. You thought I was going to bite on that? Nah, 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 nah. Look, I have a right to defend myself, but I have a duty, loyalty, and obligation to defend everyone in that house. And let me tell you, what you said to my wife out of your mouth, coming after our relationship, because we don't have a piece of paper. Let me tell you about that piece of paper. What has it got in you? Well, let me tell you what our relationship has got in her. Cho, she's in school to better herself. She don't have to worry because she knows that there's a guarantee and security in me financially, physically, mentally, emotionally. She knows that in me she has a man. Now, yes, it took a whole lot of sucker ducks, a whole lot of bad mistakes, a whole lot of learning to get to the level where I am today. It took me having to realize that if it's not good for me, you might have to let it go. Don't love anyone more than yourself. Don't love anyone more than God. Just knowing that that came from my niece, I felt myself reverting back to that old person that had to survive and his actions of survival. Nah. I actually was looking at my own family member as an enemy because they attacked my family. Both by threat physically and by intention of removing me. The same play that happened in my family to my brother in response to my sister and her situation. That got my brother locked up, and that charge is still following him till this day. And you know that. But you let your husband talk you into doing all of that, causing all of that ruckus on a Sunday morning when we weren't even thinking about y'all. You're right. We don't call y'all. Y'all don't call us. You are absolutely right. No one in the family calls us. But guess what? We are thriving. No one in the family calls us. But guess what? We don't have no needs. All of our needs are met. And guess what? We have a plan and working at that plan to our desires. We don't obsess over nothing. But you know what? There's a whole lot of obsession going on because obsession is an obvious sign of jealousy from both of you. You know, there's an age-old saying, if you hang with dogs, you catch fleas. If you choose, you become what you choose. Whether that's good or bad, it's going to amplify. You know what? You was talking about trauma. You want to know about trauma? God rest his soul, my father, a provider, second to none, a husband. As a kid, I had to grow up knowing that my dad was being a Rolling Stone, fucking everything. You know why? Because the women that he was fucking, they had kids. And those kids went to school with me, all through elementary, all through high school. All through elementary. Hey, your dad, that one-legged man? Yeah, what about it? Man, your dad is over there with my mama last night. Or not last night, the other day. Come on, man. Those Quick Trip runs, they didn't always end up at Quick Trip. Until high school, the one kid said the right one to me. And this kid came up to me, 8th grade, one of the biggest fights of that 8th grade year, boy. This kid came up to me and said, hey, man, your dad, that one-legged man? Yeah, what about it, man? Man, your dad's over there with my mama right now. And my mama said that your dad gonna leave you and your mama and be my new daddy. Without a second thought. Boy, straight in the mouth. Man, Coach Brown came and pulled me aside. They weren't done with me. The next day, not only him, but his brothers, his cousins, and all their friends, basically half the 9th grade, came at little old me. Because I punched the dude in the mouth because he said that my dad not only was with his mama, but he was going to leave us. At that day, not only was I fighting for myself, I was fighting for the honor of my mama. That's what I thought. As an adult, years later, I come to find out that my dad, when he passed, was just that. He had a whole nother wife that we didn't even know about, still being married to my mama. After we already knew, before we was born, he was already married to someone else when they first got together, when they first got married. As a kid, I asked my mom, why? Why stay? Man. That made me think that was cheating. That was my example. That was a bad example. And it took me 3 failed marriages to learn that. 19, I'm over here getting married. Why? It's not because of love. 19, I know nothing about love. I'm experiencing just like she was. At 19, with my first marriage, the reason why I got married just was the point to have sex without the guilt of my family was the reason of my first marriage. The second and third ones, they were straight hustles. The second one, I'm sitting over here trying to marry a chick that's getting kicked out. AWOL for like about 2 months. Come back talking about her kids and everything, and of course I'm thinking to myself, yo, you've been gone for 2 months. How much traction you did for your own situation and with your kids? To which it was none, and I knew it. I saw her as a merc, but guess what? She saw me as one too. The third one was a stripper that I knowingly married. All in the example that I had. Hustle. Which was wrong as hell. You want to talk about trauma? Trauma is, as a kid, you got brothers and sisters. You see that your brother could do anything that he really wants to do. Your sister gets anything that she wants. But what about you? As a kid, just to raise your hand and be acknowledged, you work, you give, you do, make good grades. Your father say, I don't know what I'm looking at. Show it to your mama. There was never a principal's list that ever came through that house after that one. Well, I'm going to bust my ass sitting over here trying to make y'all proud when y'all don't even care. Bruh, the times that I wanted to spend with my brother who was right there. His first marriage. All that time he gave to someone else's little brother. Man, my oldest, the one that went into the army, man. Just like my uncles, man. He was like a superhero to me. That's the one that stole from me. My mama. Remember I told you, my brother did whatever he wanted to do. My sister got whatever she wanted to get. In JCPenney, there was a cart full of stuff for my sister and nothing for me. Instead of making the scene, I just walked up to my mom and said, hey, Mom, you got a son too? And I walked away. As of recent, my mama called me crazy to my face. There's a lot of triggering in my family because I have PTSD, and it took me to talk to my psychiatrist that because of my military service, I am blessed to have the opportunity to talk to a licensed professional to get help. You know what? This triggers, man, triggers. Like, I gotta deal with the truth. Micah, your triggers are your family. And they're asked to you. Hearing it from a psychiatrist saying that my family is toxic was a hard pill to swallow. Being at the point where I'm looking and having to relive now, not just stopping at the diagnosis. Well, guys, I just picked up my little man over here. Say, hey, Tuka. This right here is the most important, man. Loyalty, obligation. It's too done. So I'm taking a roll from what my psychiatrist said, and at this point, if you love it, you also have to be able to let it go. And understand that you have a lot to lose. Understand your triggers. And understand that just because you have PTSD, that is not an excuse. It's best to remove yourself from the situation. I love my family. I will always love my family. I've been doing for my family since I was a kid, and still have been doing for each and every member of my family. As recent within the last 5 years, since the birth of my son, has received some type of assistance or help from me, and almost each member of my family have purposely, with intent, attacked me and my family in trying to rile me up because of my PTSD. My family has been trying to rob me of my family. Actions speak louder than intentions. I'm good, fam. Y'all be easy. We'll love y'all from afar.